Hi, my name's Eliana and I'm 15 years old.
Hi, my name's Faven and I'm 21 years old.
Hi, my name is Helena and I am 26 years old.
Hi, I'm Salam Kindi and I'm 38 years old.
What's the average time you spend on social media?
I know it seems excessive, but I spend about 5 hours a day on average.
Yeah, it seems like a lot.
Yeah,
So does it keep you from being productive with your day?
it definitely does. It keeps me from my other priorities such as school.
So how do you try to limit your usage?
I try to keep my phone as far away as possible when I'm doing other things that I need to get done, or I have a limit on my apps.
Okay.
I spend about 6 hours. I know it sounds like a lot, but it used to be worse, so.
And what are the common apps that you use?
I mainly use Instagram. I've been using a lot of TikTok lately, and I sometimes use Snapchat.
Okay, and does it keep you from being productive with your day?
It can if I allow it to, so I try my best to limit how much time I spend on each app.
Yeah, so 6 hours seems like a lot.
Yeah, it is.
How do you try to limit your usage?
I'll actually set timers and be like, okay, I'm only gonna spend 30 minutes on this app. Because if I don't, I'll just, especially TikTok, I'll be scrolling for a while if I don't do that.
Okay, thank you.
It depends. It depends on the week and how busy I am with work and, depending on what I have planned with friends and family. I would say I spend about 30 minutes to an hour a day on social media, an hour being the most if I don't have much going on that day.
Okay, does it keep you from being productive throughout the day?
It can. Sometimes I find my hand automatically will go to the Instagram app sometimes. And, when I get on there, I'm hoping to just check a few things, but then sometimes I'm on there longer than I would like. So it can. I do think that it can impact your productivity.
Okay, awesome. How do you try to limit the usage of social media?
So I am a big believer in taking social media breaks, taking breaks from all of your social media apps, because it gives your brain that disconnect that it needs so that you're not trained to always check it. So that's one of the things that I like to do. I like to take breaks from social media every now and then. I actually just got out of a break where I wasn't on social media for 3 weeks. The other thing that I like to do, the iPhone allows you to set a limit of how much time you spend on social media per day. And so I do that. So if you have an iPhone, you can go to your settings and actually set a limit, and you can override it if you want to, but just being more conscious and more aware of the amount of time that you're spending on social media goes a long way.
Okay, awesome.
Oh, that's a good question. 30 minutes maximum a day.
Okay. Does it keep you away from being productive?
Yes, definitely. I have to limit my time on social media, especially on Instagram. So I have an alert that comes on and tells me you've spent 30 minutes. And then after that, I'm totally cut off.
Oh, okay, wow. Great.
Do you think social media has changed the beauty standards?
For sure, it has. The bar is set way higher and you're expected to look a certain way.
So do you ever find comparing yourself to other women?
Most days I don't. There are some times where I do, but I always try to remind myself and others that it's all fake and people show their best days and not their worst. And it's just, I know firsthand that it's all editing and filters, so.
Okay, I agree.
Definitely. I think especially for young women, it's hard to log on to Instagram and see these models and stuff because it's all fake, it's all edited, and no one really looks like that in real life.
So do you ever find yourself comparing yourself to other women?
Yeah, I think it's hard not to, but I have to actively remind myself, this is not good for your mental health. And once I realize I'm doing that, I'll just log off or just take a break.
Has social media changed beauty standards? Absolutely. There's no doubt that it has. I mean, if you look at the filters and, the things that social media has created, it absolutely has an impact on beauty standards. I think now more than ever, there's this idea of just perfection when it comes to beauty. And you see that because, you know, what people are posting in their feed is their highlight reel. It's them at their best. It's you know, edited, there's filters, and the brightness is perfect and all that. And so I do think it has created this beauty standard that's not very realistic. I mean, a lot of what the influencers and models on Instagram post is not real. Like, a lot of them edit their photos. They're, you know, they have tons of filters that they're putting on to make them look like they look. So I do think that social media has impacted beauty standards. Absolutely.
Okay, awesome.
In comparison to other women, no. But does it influence beauty standards in society? Yeah, I could see that. I think social media is very powerful. And I mean, to be honest, nobody's posting failures. And it's rare that you see people really being genuine and posting things that are, I don't know, seen as you being vulnerable or allowing others to see your failures or weaknesses. So I would recommend, like, if you find those rare gems, follow those people. But no, I don't really compare myself to others on social media, and I just really try to stay positive and use it as a networking tool, and kind of connecting with my family and building my brand and business. So, but yeah, definitely I could see it as an influencing women and their standards of beauty in society. Absolutely.
How do you think social media affects relationships?
I believe there are pros and cons to that question. The pros are that you can meet new people and make new friends, and the cons are that it could push you away and keep you very distant from the relationships that you already have.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
I think it depends. It could be both good and bad. Like, I have friends that I see bickering with their significant other on, like, oh, why'd you like this girl's post? Why'd you like his post? But on the other hand, I think it could also strengthen relationships. Like, I'm still in contact with family I have overseas, and I've also made a lot of friendships through social media.
It can. I think it can impact relationships in a good way and in a bad way. It just really depends. And here's what I mean by a good way. I do think that social media has become a bit of a dating platform now, because you can meet people that you would have never met, you know, in the comfort of your home on social media. So I think it does make it easier to meet people and to start new relationships, because it can be a dating platform. You can slide in people's DMs, or, you know that kind of thing. But, you know, with that comes, you know, more access and more temptation. And so it can have a negative impact on relationships. It just depends on the relationship. I think you have to set boundaries, you have to set limits, and you have to be clear on what's okay and what's not with your partner. So I think it really depends.
Yeah. Keep your relationships private off of social media. I think it would have a negative effect on people think they know you just because they know maybe a little bit of what you post or something like that. I think that you have to have a strong foundation for your relationship before you put it out there for everyone else to see, because we're so quick to judge. And so I would definitely say it has a long-lasting effect. People fight and bicker about the smallest things on social media, and I see it in my counseling life. So absolutely.
Okay, well, thank you for participating. We really appreciate your time and effort.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.